Hello, dear student. So, in the last lecture, we have seen what should be the value of HTTP that will be the responsible for more efficiency of column. Okay, and what the minimum value is that we have obtained from this graph. Okay, and what velocity should be there. Okay, for the flow of a mobile phase, and that is what the ideal velocity. Okay, for getting better resolution. Okay, so now in this lecture we will see the instrumentation in gas chromatography. Instrumentation in gas chromatography. So here we'll see information regarding gas liquid chromatography. First, a block diagram is there. Okay, see, this is what the high pressure carrier gas reservoir ज्याच्यामध्ये गॅस भरलेला असतो. ओके, आणि here it is a flow meter. Okay, here it is a flow meter. Then here is a sample injection system. याच्यामधून जे सिरिंज असतं डॉक्टर इंजेक्शन देतात तशा पद्धतीने त्या ठिकाणी अरेंजमेंट असते ज्याच्यातून आपण सॅम्पल इंजेक्ट करणार आहोत आणि इथे रबर सेप्टम असतो. तो रबर सेप्टम. ओके, हा जो पोर्ट आहे ना, जसा एअरपोर्ट असतो तसा हा इंजेक्शन पोर्ट आहे ज्याच्यामधून त्या ठिकाणी सॅम्पल आपण इंजेक्ट करणार आहोत. ॲज वी आर युझिंग अ गॅस chromatography, here it is a oven. Okay, and this is what the circular appearance is there. This is what the column inside the oven. This is what the column inside the oven. Okay, then that column goes to the detector. Okay, so this is what our chromatographic column placed in a oven. And then the column is attached with the injection port. Okay, in which we are going to inject the sample. Flow meter is used to maintain the flow of a mobile phase. Okay, here is a pressure regulator. Okay, and gas is filled in the reservoir with the high pressure. So as the component comes out of the column, we can detect with the help of detector. And that signal we amplify with the help of amplifier, and that goes to the readout system. Okay, in this manner, whole gas chromatography works. Now we'll see one by one that how the reservoir should be there, then what are the requirement of column, then what are the requirement of stationary phase, mobile phase, and what are the types of detector we can use in this system, and all the things we'll see one by one. Okay, this is a general information regarding the this is what the block diagram of a gas chromatography. So process involved in the analysis of a gas chromatography or the analysis of sample by the gas chromatography. Now what we do that we first introduce the sample into the instrument by injection to the rubber septum. Okay, and it enter in the preheated chamber that is placed in the oven, right? The sample get heated and get converted to the gaseous state. Then gaseous sample is carried by the mobile gas phase. Okay, that is coming from the reservoir and over where that is filled with very high pressure. Then component of sample gets separated on the column based on the differential adsorption if the stationary phase is solid, or differential solubility if the stationary phase is liquid. Okay, as component come out of the column is detected and then the chromatogram is get recorded. So basic requirement for the analysis of sample by gas chromatography is that the sample should be able to get converted to the gaseous state at the temperature of oven. Alternatively, the sample should have enough vapor pressure at the temperature of operation. The sample should have enough vapor pressure at the temperature of operation. Okay, the carrier gas reservoir, the flow meter, the column, thermostat, the oven. Okay, and the detector readout system are the basic component of gas chromatography. Okay, so gas, carrier gas. What is the function of carrier gas? Is carries okay, it is a in the vapor state, so carrying the vapors of sample on the column and moving it over the column. Okay, so moving it over the stationary phase. Flow meter is there to regulate the flow of the mobile phase, okay, through the column. And column is responsible for the separation and the resolution of the component of the sample. Then the detector will respond to the solute quantitatively, right? So the work of detector or function of detector is the only detection. We'll see now first carrier gas. What are the basic requirement, okay, that carrier gas should fulfill to work as a better carrier gas? So it should be inert, म्हणजे तो react व्हायला नको. It should not react with the sample and with the liquid stationary phase, right? It should be readily available in the pure form. It should be inexpensive, and it should be non-toxic. Okay, the detector should be able to identify or the detector should be able to distinguish between the carrier gas and the solute molecules. Okay, this is also very important. So like hydrogen, helium, carbon dioxide, nitrogen are the gases used as a carrier gases. The sample injection system, system should deliver the sample at, means all the samples should be delivered at a single shot only. ओके, थोडा 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 असा येता कामा नये सॅम्पल एका शॉट मध्ये. सर्वच्या सर्व सॅम्पल जो आहे तो आपल्या सिरिंज मधून कशात गेला पाहिजे, त्या सिस्टम मध्ये गेला पाहिजे. ओके, जेणेकरून त्या ठिकाणी काय होईल की बँड ब्रॉडनिंग होणार नाही. ओके, and we will get the better resolution. So the injection port is having rubber septum which prevents the backflow of that sample as the system works under the very high pressure and temperature. So this is what the basic requirement. And the temperature of port should be at least 50 degrees Celsius higher than the normal boiling point of the sample. Okay, the sample size may vary from 0.01 to 10 microliter. Okay, if the capillary column is used, the sample size is comparatively, considerably reduced. Okay, and in many cases, only a part of sample is transferred to the carrier gas using sample splitter. In the case of sample in the gaseous phase, a separate valve will have to be used to introduce the sample in the carrier gas stream. Okay, column packing. Okay, so the two types of column are used in the gas chromatography. They are the packed column and the capillary column. A capillary column have the liquid phase coated on the wall of the column. The diameter of the column is small compared to the packed column. Okay, and the column have negligible pressure drop. The length of column may be from 100 to 500 meter, म्हणजे अगदी 100 मीटर पासून अर्धा किलोमीटर सुद्धा एवढ्या लांब देखील त्या ठिकाणी कॉलमची लेंथ असते. So the columns are very efficient, and the number of theoretical plate of capillary column is in the range of several hundred to the several thousand. The only disadvantage is that we inject a very less quantity of sample if column is a capillary column. Okay, that is what the problem is. Packed column are made up of glass or metal tube. They have a diameter of 1 to 8 millimeter, and the length is from 2 to 10 centimeters. They are placed in the coil form in the thermostat. The pressure drop across the column is appreciable. Okay, so they have the theoretical plate in the range of 20,000 to 30,000. Packed column will have an inert solid support on which the liquid phase will be impregnated. Solid support used should possess the following properties. Okay, what following properties are there? So it should be chemically inert. it should have a necessary mechanical strength to withstand the pressure. The solid should be good adsorbent so that it will possess a large surface area. The pore size of solid particle used should be known and should be uniform. Pore size of solid particle used should be known and should be uniform. Okay, so these are what the basic conditions. Again, liquid phase that is coated on the solid support should have the following properties. If we use the liquid as a stationary phase, okay, we know the mechanism is a differential, solubility. So it should be inert. Then it should have solvent properties. Should be thermally stable at the temperature of operation. Should have high boiling point. Then should have negligible vapor pressure at the temperature of operation. And the high boiling point of the liquid should be at least, that the boiling point of liquid, it should be greater than that of the temperature of operation, and then at least expected boiling point should be 200 degrees Celsius higher than the temperature of operation. Okay, जे ओव्हनचं टेम्परेचर आहे त्याच्यापेक्षा 200 डिग्रीने त्या आपल्या स्टेशनरी फेजचं जे टेम्परेचर आहे ते कसं पाहिजे, जास्त पाहिजे. For a general purposes, if liquid phase is needed to be non-polar, then column with silicon oil grease are used as a liquid phase. Squalene AC30 hydrocarbon is the most commonly used liquid phase in the gas chromatography. So if we are using the stationary phase as a solid, then solid material is dissolved in the volatile solvent to form a slurry. आणि volatile solvent म्हणजे काय की ज्यावेळेस आपली स्लरी आपण कॉलम मध्ये भरणार आहोत त्यावेळेस सॉल्व्हंट हा इव्हॅपोरेट होऊन जायला पाहिजे. ओके, आणि म्हणून काय आहे की जो सॉल्व्हंट आपण यूज करणार आहोत स्लरी बनवण्यासाठी तो व्होलाटाईल असावा, राईट. टू द स्लरी calculated amount of liquid phase is added and the mixture is then slowly poured in the glass or the metal tube which we are using as a column. The tube is tapped from time to time for the removal of air from the system and the column is thus packed. The volatile solvent can be evaporated. Okay, so whatever temperature we are going to use here is that totally depends upon the nature of sample component and their boiling point. Okay, so the highest temperature of operation is about 300 degrees Celsius. So and whole the system is well programmed so that temperature should rise in a proper way and should be maintained at the fixed point for the proper resolution purpose. The whole thing, the assemblies are there, all the things are digital. So once if you are going to use this chromatographic technique, it's not much complicated. Only you need to observe under the expert for 1 or 2 weeks, and later on you can handle by your phone. It's like mobile or the computer or the laptops. Okay, it's not much complicated to handle. Okay, but while handling the column, the more care is required. Okay, so see, for the gas solid chromatography, if you some information is there. After that, detectors that are the common for both gas solid and gas liquid chromatography. At the beginning only of this topic, we have seen that we are going to focus for gas solid and gas liquid chromatographic techniques. Okay, so different number of solids material are available as adsorbent in the gas solid. Okay, so the scope is more in the gas liquid chromatography for the stationary phases. Okay, the carbon in the different varieties is readily available. The material has to be treated. The treatment can be physical, chemical, okay, or you can say mechanical. The surface treated solids will have increased reactivity towards the Adsorption for a low boiling hydrocarbon or for a gas analysis, the surface treated carbon is the material of choice. Zeolites are naturally occurring solid materials, and the spherical bed of uniform cross section and size can be prepared by using material like styrene or divinyl benzene that readily polymerizes. Polarity of solid surface can be changed by using a polar monomer in the process of polymerization. Complex inorganic salts, hydrates or the ammoniated on the heating can be produce open structure. Okay, the surface will behave as a selective adsorbent. The material can be, dissolved in the suitable solvent, and by evaporation of that solvent, we get the solid material, silica or alumina in a desired form. So this is what the some basic information regarding a gas solid chromatography. Okay, so after that, we are going to focus for the detectors. So here we are going to see three detectors. Each and every detector is having its pros and cons. It's a common for all the techniques also. One technique cannot do all the things. Okay, so for the solid you uses different technique, for liquid you uses different technique. Okay, for gases you use different techniques. So in the same way, okay, there are the detectors which we are going to see, and accordingly or depending upon the nature of our sample or the components of the sample, we can use the corresponding detector. What basic requirements are there for the detector? It should be able to respond to the even a very, very small concentration of solutes, the component in a, up to ppm or up to ppb level, it should be able to detect. And the response of detector should be rapid, what we expect. Response of detector should be reproducible. The detector should be able to differentiate between carrier gas and the solute. The response of detector should be linear with respect to the concentration of solute. Okay. We'll see first thermal conductivity detector. Thermal conductivity. Okay. So for the detector, the information I will continue in the next lecture. So I'm going to stop here for this lecture. Thank you.